Alright, so there we go. We have the flight data recorded.
So,
engaged.
Helsinki to lab.
So it's Helsinki Airport. Let's go on to runway 22 left. You'll take off and then you land in Kuala Lumpur.
Yeah.
We basically have everything on. The engines are running, so we save time with that. So we get more flight time.
Yeah.
We do have a takeoff checklist here. I know we are at the gate, so we'll just do one thing here. You can see there's signs on. So let's put the familiar to everybody seatbelt signs and non-smoking signs to the automatic position. Middle, automatic position. There it is. There it is. Alright, you can see it goes away from your checklist. So there is your radio. It's 118-600. That is the frequency of Helsinki Tower. So we would request a pushback and a start. The start has already been done because the engines are already running. So we'd ask request pushback and start, and they would say pushback and start approved, probably.
Yeah.
So you could take with a microphone connection downstairs and say to them that we have permission to make a pushback. So then they would say, if you want to move, please release parking brake. So lift and turn it to the off position. Lift. Nosta. Just like this.
Oh, okay.
There it is. And they start to push us back. So there's familiar.
Like when you're taking off, does it move?
No, it's not hydraulics. But as you can see, it a little bit messes up with your senses because there's no reference other than the view in front. So a little bit the mind thinks you are moving. This is not a type certificate simulator. You cannot train pilots with it, but it does exactly the same thing. Those simulators cost 15 to 20 million euros. So.
Oh. But how do you know that when this takes off?
How do you know?
Yeah.
You go up in the air.
No, the one that I saw, the thing moves up, and that's how the ground.
That's the hydraulics.
Oh.
We're talking about the hydraulics, and I was telling you about the type certificate simulators that
so how does this work?
Let's go see.
Okay.
The first thing you have to do is stay on the yellow line, and you'll do it with the tiller, the nose wheel steering. So that will move your nose wheel, but to get the effect, of course, we have to put the airplane to move forward. So now, yeah, you have to know your percentages first, and this is your white ball. That means it's in your zero position. So now put the white balls just slightly above the green lines.
This one.
Yeah, that's the throttles. Look at the white ball, put slightly above the green lines. Now let's do it again. Look what I'm showing you here. There's the white balls. Put it slightly above the green lines. Hands on the throttles.
Yeah.
Put the white ball slightly above the green lines.
This one.
No. Okay, let's do it one more time. This is the throttles. I'm telling you, put the throttles forward and the white balls just slightly above the green lines.
Slightly. Ah.
There it is. Yep.
A bit more.
No, that's enough. Yep. There it is. Because you don't want to. The power comes with the delay. If you want too much power, your plane will overreact. So how will you steer the plane? You were supposed to be on the yellow line.
Oh.
Yep. Remember, you're the captain. You should always fly your plane. Actually, now I'm flying, but now you were driving. All right, take the throttles to zero position. Okay, where's the yellow line? Taxi to holding point Zulu. And hold short runway 33. So what did they say in the radio? We want to turn now right here.
Oh, okay.
We have to of course remember that our plane weighs about 60 tons and it's 40 times 40 meters and it handles in this way. So I quite quickly said, but I said taxi to holding point Zulu, and there is the Zulu holding point. And then I said hold short runway 33, which would mean that you would hold short. That would mean stop here before you cross that runway. But now there's nobody coming, so let's cross the runway and go all the way to the end of that taxiway.
So now I don't need to move the steering anymore because it goes straight. I'm in aligned position.
Cross runway 33 and go all the way to the end of the taxiway.
So can I move the increase the throttle?
Well, we're not moving anywhere.
Oh.
So how would you go there?
Oh,
No, Captain, you should actively steer the plane. Why the plane is not moving? Because you don't have throttles.
Oh.
Yep. I'm looking for an end result that you will independently do stuff. I of course will come say a lot of things for you, but then I will not return to themes already handled.
Yeah.
Alright, that is your runway. We want to go all the way to the end. We can of course enter the runway there also, but of course we want to go all the way to the end of the runway so we have maximum space ahead of us, and that increases of course safety because we have maximum runway ahead. If you would have turned there, you would miss hundreds of meters of good runway. If you think about your back wheels now, they are much wider. So can you be for sure certain when you go with the plane like this, are you certain that your back wheels do not crush the lights there? Yeah.
Oh, great.
Yeah. So
How
even if there's no planes or anything, go straight, go straight.
Oh.
And now you will crash them for sure. All the way to the end. Small predictive movements. Look ahead what is happening and you just predict your way. Because the yellow line tells you. And now line up runway 22 left. Would come from the radio. So you can line up to the
brakes.
No, don't brake. Line up runway 22 left. You can go only one way now. What could that be?
Definitely here.
Yeah. Alright. So then we could say, of course, it's cabin crew seats for takeoff. So you have to think about like a little bit like a truck driver. Take the plane over the line and then make the nose straight on the center line. You have to think about your back end of the plane is 40 meters away from you. You're still not over the line.
Oh.
It's 40 meters behind you, your back end. So you have to come over the line and then turn the plane on the center line. Okay, now I will put you a little bit thrust. You have to come over the line and then you make your plane straight on the line. So now you're a little bit more over the line. Alright, I will just stop you there. I'm sure that's fine. Alright, so there's the center line. Quite nice.
Why did it just rise?
Sorry?
How did it just rise?
What rose?
It was lower when you just pressed something. The plane just rose a bit.
Because we broke. We applied the brakes.
Oh, okay.
Just like in a car, you know, a little bit like this. Alright, so there is your speed, your heading, and your altitude. You can put 250 here as speed.
So when I take up, if I press the HDG button, will I just stop moving? Will it stop moving?
I didn't understand.
Oh, I'm just thinking about the game. No, with the HDG, does it indicate the angle?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
let's do 250 speed.
250.
Yeah. No. Let's apply 250. That will be your goal speed. The 250 knots is the maximum speed under 10,000 feet. Now our runway number is 22 left. Why? It is my traditional question here in the beginning. Why our runway number is 22? It's the global way of marking runways.
Oh.
What about back seat? Yeah? Alright, so you're thinking, but okay, let's go to that theme. do 220 here. So you can see the blue triangle here as a symbol. If you look at your navigational display, your plane is here in the middle. This is your flight path. The yellow line is your nose position. And you can see that this blue triangle has now joined your nose position. So you are flying compass heading of 22. 21, 22.
Yeah.
You understood, yeah?
Yeah.
So the runway is headed at 22 compass heading, and there's the 0 north.
Oh, is this the brakes?
Yeah. Okay, so let's do 6,000 feet in the beginning. Alright, so we have our takeoff checklist still undone. Auto brake max you can push there.
Order brake. Where's that?
There's auto brake, and there is low, medium, and max. Then it's spoilers to arm position. There is your spoilers, so lift and forward small movement. Are spoilers and flaps familiar to you?
No. No, flaps are familiar.
Alright. Let's take that theme shortly so you understand what you are doing there. Okay. And we have audience of course also, so let's do that. So one more time we'll do activate the spoiler. So lift and forward, small movement. Lift and forward and forward. There you go. Alright, so the spoilers are on top of the wing.
Oh, yeah, now I know them.
And why do you activate them now? Because if you reject takeoff, they will automatically come up.
Yeah, and it'll brake.
Also, when you land, you will also activate them. So when the tires hit the ground, they'll come up.
Yeah.
There is your flaps and slats. Slats are here in the front and the flaps are here, so we'll take them out to get our lift. But where did you put them?
Oh.
Let's do first position. Let's do first position.
Oh, first position.
Alright. And last thing to do, takeoff configuration test. You can push there. It should say normal, and it does. So if you would have not done something, it will tell you what is wrong. For example, if some door is open or something,
Yeah.
then it would say that close your doors before takeoff. Alright, but during acceleration, I will tell you 100 knots, V1, and rotate. Now at V1 it is too late to reject takeoff. You are committed going in the air.
Yeah.
At 140 you will pull the
Take
nose up
this.
at rotate. When I
So I just put it like this.
no, just wait, I will go through that. If you want to reject, you'll take the throttles away, lift the locking system up to get the thrust all the way back here. Then you will get reverse thrust. So the hatch is open in the engine and the thrust goes the other direction.
Yeah.
If you do this, it is an emergency situation, and that is why the plane will automatically start to brake with full power your brakes in the tires. And the spoilers will deploy. Now we can practice that. Now pull your nose up 12.5 degrees. There it is. It can go all the way to 15.
Is this 12?
Yeah. You can see there's 10. After 10 comes 12.5 and then comes 15. But this is only a cross that shows the path in the beginning, but then that cross will disappear. You have to look at this one. This is your actual nose position. This position you should get there.
Oh.
So this is actually the plane's profile.
The yellow.
No. This is your nose position and your wings position. So this is actually your plane,
Oh.
according to the horizon. So when you pull the nose up, this profile will start to come up as the
okay.
plane goes up. So then you go to 12.5 degrees, and when you are there, you should stop pulling your nose up, because we don't want to pull the nose too much up.
Yeah.
We want to stop the motion to 12.5.
I get it. Yes.
All right, cool. All right. So, yeah.
Now I tell the passengers to.
Sorry?
I tell the passengers to put the seatbelts.
Our passengers, but you did it much
Oh
earlier.
yeah.
When we were at the gate already. So now you should have this kind of position. So one is there, and just put you can have your heels on the floor.
Oh, okay.
Heels on the floor, because the only motion I want you to do is this motion with the feet. So now you can push your left foot a little bit like this. Now you can do it a little bit more, and you can see your rudder is moving there in the back of the plane. So with this rudder you would steer the plane on ground.
Oh.
You cannot turn your plane with the joystick on ground, because
Yeah.
it does this movement for the wings. Okay, hands on the throttles. You don't need this. This is the push to talk function,
Oh, okay.
and we will not use the frequencies today. The red one takes the autopilot away, but let's return to that. You don't have to push that. 4 fingers down, thumb on. That's how it's designed. Alright, so now you can push the white, move the throttles forward, so you get the white balls to number 5. That's 50%. There it is. Now you just wait that the green line comes. That is the actual power. So hand stays here all the way to the end. Okay, so now they are stabilized at 50%, and now full power. Alright, hand stays on the throttles all the way to the liftoff. So we have thrust is set, so we have enough percentages in the engine. 100 knots. V1, no return, and then rotate, nose up, 12.5. There you go, that's good. Alright, positive rate, gear up, so pull here and gear up. Pull, and up. Alright, so you can see 3 red lights that you're still pulling. Why you pull more?
Whoa.
You are over 20 already. Fix. Look at your nose position. You are over 20 degrees. Be careful with that. There it is. 12.5 came back.
Stall.
No, not yet. Okay, so now you went over your altitude. Thrust reduction altitude went. So that's why this lever climb is blinking. It's saying to you that levers to climb position. So now 2 steps backwards, 1 and 2, and it stays there. Okay, if you look at your speed here, it's at 200 knots, and there's a green S, but you can see there's a red zone. That is an overspeed zone, because you have still flaps at position 1, so make it position 0. So flap 0 and speed is checked. Alright, what was your goal altitude?
Oh yeah, 60,000.
60.
No, 6,000.
6,000. What is your altitude at the current moment?
Altitude 43,000. 4,000.
4,500 right now. Alright. What is your vertical speed?
My vertical
That is a
speed
difficult question, but it's 3,100 feet per minute now. So 6,000 comes now fast, so you should start pushing your nose down with small movements. You can see 6,000, you want that it stops here. That's why you have to get this green line here in the middle with small movements. So now you can see that it's in the middle, the green line. Is somebody trying to get in or
Yeah,
out?
she got to the toilet.
Okay. Alright, sure. Okay. So now you can see it's number 2. You're going 200 feet per minute up. And now the green line is in the middle.
Yeah.
So now you're leveled off, that the plane doesn't go up